All right, everybody, welcome back. Sensei Dave here for another karate class. As always, we're going to wait just a few minutes so we can let people join in. But if you're watching this video later on, today's class is going to be a shorter class. It's a little skills oriented, so we're going to work on some kicking. And I'm going to show you a couple fun drills you can do to practice your kicks at home when you're not here at karate class. Okay. It's a beautiful day out today on Wednesday. I would love to have done this class outside, but there's a bunch of guys in my backyard building a fence. It would be really messy and noisy. So for today, we'll stay inside. But as soon as we have some good weather, I'm going to be showing you these exercises from the backyard. Because, you know, sometimes it's a lot better to do things outside when you can. So you could be watching this video from outside your house right now and doing these exercises right in the backyard. Let me tell you what you need. You need some stuffed animals or some pillows, as usual, and maybe a chair or something that you can put things up on, like, I don't know, the arm of your couch, or, again, if you have a partner who can hold something up for you, that will help too. Hi, Jack. Hi, Ari. Glad you guys are here. You seem to be at every class. I'm glad you're joining me. As always, while we're waiting for class to start, get your body loose, ready. So for the first couple minutes, you could be stretching some light kicks or light punches or twisting your body, moving your arms around. Like I said, today's class will be a little bit shorter. We're just going to focus on kicking skills. That's kind of the theme of the week this week, working on our basic kicks. Do you remember what they are? We've worked on side kick, roundhouse kick, front kick, and crescent kick. Those are the 4 kicks we've focused on so far. If you know how to do those 4 kicks, you have the foundations to do some of the cooler kicks that come a little bit later. Hey, Russell, welcome to Karate Class. As always, go ahead and put a comment in if you can and let us know that you're here for class, and I'll be able to say hey once Miss Farrah lets me know. So remember, stuffed animals, pillows, other things that you can use, because we're going to be kicking some things today, okay? Not too hard. I don't want you kicking things around your house if you're inside, because we want to make sure when we train that we're not going to break anything. Moms and dads don't get very happy when we break stuff. Actually, I don't get happy if I break stuff, because some of the stuff I might break is my stuff, and I want my stuff to be around later. So while you're waiting, are you stretching? Are you staying loose? Right? Ooh. Yep, Sensei Dave's a little tight today because I did some good exercise. And sometimes when you exercise on one day, the next day your muscles feel a little tighter, especially when you're old like this. Whew, I'm so old, right? We don't do our hardest, right? We do lighter moves, right? So everything is nice and light. You know, the internet's been acting really funny today. So if you get interrupted during the stream, we'll try to come back on, okay? I'm going to switch legs and do some lifts with this leg. See, we haven't started class yet. This is just a little pre-class warm-up. So as you're getting your stuff together, you should be moving your body around a little bit before we get started for real. Later on today, by the way, I'll be on, it's Wednesday, I'll be on doing another class at 4 o'clock. After that, we'll have another story time. I hope some of you got to hear my last story, The Good Egg. That was a pretty good story. All right. Have you got some stuffed animals or some pillows or a partner who can hold some pillows or stuffed animals for you? Have you got something nearby that you can put some friends on? You know, for example, I could put my friend on a chair like this, or maybe you've got the arm of a couch. And like I said, you could have a mom or dad holding them for you, because we're going to set up some things. And also have some ready that you can throw up in the air, because I'll show you some other ways we're going to do kicks. Start. Knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, strength in the body, and bow. Okay. So first thing we need to do is do our real warm-up now that we're ready to start class. So everybody give me 20 jumping jacks. Go. Ten. And 20. All right. Now, I'm going to take my chair. Okay, now you don't have to use a chair, but I'm going to take a chair and use the bottom part of the chair. And all I'm going to do is lift my leg over it like this. Okay? Now, if you don't have a chair, you could put a stack of stuffed animals on the ground or a stack of pillows. If you have a partner, is they could get down like this and hold an arm up high enough for you to have to lift your leg over it. Right? But find something you can lift your foot over. So what I'm doing is I'm stepping over and over. And just like that, trying to make sure I don't bump my foot into the chair. This is made of wood. That would hurt. All right, just a couple more. Making sure your legs are nice and loose. You could be stepping over some stuffed animals. All right. Now, I'm going to use the back of my chair since I'm pretty tall. And the bottom part of a chair or a stack of stuffed animals. Anything you can swing your leg over. And let's do a swing. Right? Now, I'm just going to do the same leg 10 times. This is, remember what we call this move? When the leg goes across our body and then swings over. That's right. Reverse crescent. Reverse. That means there's a forward version of that. Let's do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just doing this to get loose, too. 8. So I'm not going my fastest. And 10, and then let's do the other side. And again, you don't have to use a chair. You could use anything that's tall enough for you to lift over. That's 2, 3, 4. Also, look at what you're lifting over so you make sure you're swinging that leg nice and high. Right? I want to look at what I'm doing and focus on it. 9, one more, and 10. Whew. Okay, now, I'm going to put that aside. And we're going to do the first of our drills today for kicking skills. Okay, so my legs feel pretty loose. So I'm going to get a few of my friends or a pillow. In fact, I'll have a pillow just so I can show you that. Right? I could do this with a pillow, a stuffed animal, or something. Now, if you have a partner, this is even better because you can have a partner do this for you. And we're going to use our side kick. Okay? Now, when we do a side kick, let's do some review. You stand facing whatever you're going to kick. You lift your knee up. And then if I'm kicking towards you, I'm going to turn my body so I can push the bottom of my foot towards you. I'm going to kick this way, though. And what we're going to do is, first let's do the kick, right? We lift the knee up, we tilt, and we push, and then we pull it back, and we put it down. Lift, tilt, push. And remember, with a side kick, it's the bottom of my foot bumping into whatever I'm kicking. Right? Especially the heel, if we can do that. Okay? See how the knee comes up, my body tilts a little, I look, and then I pull my knee back. So now what we're going to try to do is kick something, not with a lot of power. We're going to try for timing and accuracy, right? Accuracy, that's a fancy word. That means you're trying not to miss, okay? You hit whatever you're aiming at. If you hit whatever you're aiming at, you've been accurate. Okay, so let's say I do this with a pillow, right? I can either hold the pillow out, that's the easier version, or I can toss it up in the air. All right, here's what I'm going to try to do. If I toss it up in the air, I'm going to try to do a side kick to it before it hits the ground. Right? So the pillow is nice and big. That gives me a lot of space to kick. But if I want to be really challenging, I could use something a lot smaller like this puppy, right? If I try to kick this puppy, it's super small. It's going to be a lot harder. So let's do it with a pillow first. I'll do this, okay? What have you got? If you got a pillow, could be a couch pillow or something. Again, make sure it's something mom and dad are okay with you doing a kick to. Make sure there's nothing over there that will break if whatever you're kicking bumps into it. I've got a nice open space. So watch. I'm going to toss the pillow up in the air, and then I'm going to try to side kick it. Ha! Ooh, I did it. Then I'll bring it back, and I'll do it again, okay? Now, I'm going to challenge myself, or I'm going to make it easier on myself at first with something bigger, and then I'll challenge myself with something smaller a little later, right? Let's do 5 of these, okay? So take whatever you're kicking. Right now, if you got a mom or dad there, they can hold it out for you or toss it for you, or you can do it yourself. Okay? 5 times. 1. 2. Now you can see, because it's flipping, that means I'm hitting the bottom of the pad and making it flip over. If I hit the middle of the pad, that means I can make it go straight. That means I hit more the center. Right? That's what I'm going to try for. Ooh, that was a better one. 3. Let's do 2 more. 4. And 5. Ooh, that is good. All right, let's do the other side. Whatever we do on one side of our body, we do on the other. And like I've said before, for me, this is my left leg. It's not quite as good, but I'm going to keep training with it to make it better. All right, here we go. So I'm throwing my pillow up in the air. It could be a stuffed animal. It could be, well, I wouldn't want it to be anything breakable. Make sure it's something soft and squishy. Check and make sure there's nothing over there you can bump into. Here we go. 1. See how I pick my knee up nice and high. 2. I'm going to throw it up this time. Ready? 3. Oh, I threw it too far away. 4. That was a better one. 1 more. Ready? 5. Oh, all right. Hey, that feels pretty good. All right, now let's try a different one. I'm going to use something smaller, and this time we're going to do the crescent kick. So remember, reverse crescent goes across and then circles away, right? I go across and then I circle out. Crescent is if I start out here and I go across like that, okay? And when I circle my leg around, I want to pull it back behind me again. So my foot goes up in the air, and for this one, I'm using the side of my foot. So let's say I have this puppy. Now, I want you to be careful when you do this, okay? Because whatever you kick with your foot, with a crescent kick, might really go flying that way. So make sure there's nothing over there that's going to bump into, okay? Kick towards something soft. This is a good one to do outside because then hopefully you don't have to worry about it. So here we go. I'm going to toss my friend up in the air and see if I can do a crescent kick and make him go that way. And again, I could do this with something bigger, like the pillow, like that, okay? That's fine. That's nice and squishy. So you can stay with a big thing if you want, or use something smaller. If you do something smaller, it's going to be a little harder. I'm going to go back to my puppy. Let's see if I can hit the puppy. Sorry, Mr. Puppy. This is really a good friend of mine. I don't want to kick him. Here we go. Toss it up in the air. 1. Oh, not a good hit. Let's see if I can do it better this time. 2. 3. And sometimes you hit it really good and sometimes you miss. 4. Now I have to look at it in order to make this work, right? 5. Kind of went over the top. Now the other leg. So put my leg back. And you could have a mom or dad toss something up in the air for you to kick, okay? Or they could just hold it. You could kick it out. Here we go. Ready? 1. Whoop. Doing the crescent kick. 2. Oh, I missed a little bit. Oops. 3. See how I'm not as good with this side. 4. 1 more. 5. Oh, poor puppy. I'm going to give him a rest. So, you could do that same drill with different kinds of kicks. You could do it with a front kick, although if you do it with a front kick, you're probably going to kick pretty hard. You could do it with a side kick or the roundhouse kick like we did last time. Let's do a roundhouse kick drill, but this one we'll do a little differently. Instead of throwing something up in the air, we're just going to put something on a chair, or we could have somebody hold it for us, okay? And then we do our roundhouse kick. So pick your leg up like this, point your knee at stitch, and then you just make your knee go straight. Ooh, and you knock them sideways if you did it right. Whew. Let's do 5 of those. Ready? So knee up. Now I'm not holding on for balance like we've done all week up to now. 1. I'll put a different friend up there. A kitty cat. 2. And if I wanted to make this more challenging, I could try to put things up on something higher and higher and higher and higher. So if you've got a partner or a mom or dad, they can hold something up higher and you see if you can kick it right out of their hand. Okay? I'm going to stay with this low thing for now because I don't have a partner or something tall enough. All right, let's see. I'm going to do 3 more. Okay? 1. And I'm not trying to kick my hardest either. I don't want to make it go flying. I'm just practicing my aim. 2. What do we call that? When we're aiming at something and we hit what we're aiming at? Accuracy. We're accurate. Oh, poor Stitch. 1 more. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, here we go. Nice. Try the other side. So I'm just putting my chair over here. And again, you could use something taller if you want. So pick your knee up, point it at your friend or your pillow. Make your leg go straight and try to bump your foot into the pad. That's 1. Sorry, Stitch. 2. 3. Now notice also, when I do this, I'm trying to keep my hands up when I do it, right? So I don't want to let them flop. My hands are up. So I'm holding that position. 4. 1 more time. And again, you can challenge yourself and go higher if you want to, but try to balance. Point your knee, straighten your leg out. Whew, that was 5 times. Okay, nice job. So those are your kicking skills that I want you to practice. You know, and practice, by the way, not just when Sensei Dave is on, but practice when you're not watching. The more you practice, the better you get. So I'm going to leave you with a little lesson. We're going to do class again at 4. We're going to do some more kicking drills. So if you want to come back and watch that, you can see some other drills that we'll do for kicking. Okay? And again, we're kind of focusing on accuracy. That means touching or kicking or hitting what you are aiming at. In order to be accurate, we have to look and we have to focus. So let me leave you with a little lesson. Earlier this week, I talked about something called intensity. Now, if you remember, intensity is kind of a way of taking something normal and filling it with more energy and more focus. So intensity can be a feeling you have about something you're doing. If you're throwing a kick and you want to be intense, you know, you might kind of growl and you might yell really loud and you might put a lot of speed and power and strength behind your kick. And you might yell, ah! That's pretty intense. And when you're being intense about a way of moving your body, it's a little bit easier to see how to do it. But can you be intense about something that you're thinking about? Or something that you're writing down? Or somebody you're listening to? That's different. I'm here to tell you that you can do those things, and that's one of the things we practice in karate, is how to be intense about things that we're doing. Whether it's a karate kick, or a karate technique with a partner, or whether it's just sitting still and listening to a teacher, or maybe doing some work you have to do. So I want you to think about that for next time. And we're going to try to build more intensity into our practice. You guys have a great day. Let's bow out first. Can you say knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, and strength in the body? And then show me how you do a bow. All right? You did a great job today. Remember, practice. Take these drills and practice them on your own. All right? Don't just wait for Sensei to be on a camera in front of you, okay? Great job, everyone, and I'll see you next time.